Angel Reese just issued what might be the most defiant ultimatum in WNBA history: pay her significantly more, or she's ready to walk away from the league entirely. But days later, that bravado met reality when she followed up her demand with a performance full of missed shots, misfires, and mishaps, a true showcase in how not to finish at the rim. Some fans are calling it a brickfest. Others, a full-blown comedy show on hardwood.
Like a greatest hits collection of missed layups. I can't even believe this is real. I just stumbled across of it. There's 2 different videos now floating around out there, and it's unbelievable.
Reese's request for superstar money on her podcast might have carried more weight if she hadn't turned around and dropped a 5-4-13 shooting stat line in her very next game. One shot even smacked the bottom of the backboard, sending social media into a frenzy. Whether you find it frustrating or hilarious likely depends on your opinion of her demands. Either way, the timing couldn't have been worse.
I'm hearing they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, we sitting out.
That's a possibility.
I guarantee you, the intelligent folks, and there are plenty in the WNBA, are saying, well, you two, it's just shut up. Sit out.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL.
What does that mean? We deserve.
Picture this, a WNBA rookie threatening to boycott the entire league unless she's paid more. That's exactly what Angel Reese declared on her podcast, See Unapologetically, while chatting with Dejonae Carrington. It wasn't a casual complaint or a subtle dig, it was a direct challenge to the league's pay structure, capped with a threat to sit out if changes aren't made. The statement made headlines, not just for its boldness, but for its timing.
Love how y'all have selective hearing. I said I'm hearing if they don't give us what we want, we sitting out, and that's the truth. Good.
This is the same person that literally said she didn't know what her WNBA salary was, and that it didn't even cover her.
To understand Reese's frustration, let's talk money. Her rookie contract pays her roughly $73,000 in her first season, with the full 4-year deal totaling around $325,000. That's the standard rookie scale in the WNBA. But according to Reese, it's nowhere near enough. In a blunt TikTok video, she claimed, "The WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think it pays one of my bills, literally."
Just hope y'all know, the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah,
it
definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary.
Things got even more surreal when Reese revealed her rent alone is $8,000 a month, nearly $100,000 a year. That's more than her entire WNBA salary. While it's likely she's earning substantial endorsement income, the optics of complaining about salary while living in luxury rubbed many fans the wrong way. Her comments were seen by some as tone deaf, especially in a league still working to grow its financial base.
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Rather than walk back her comments, Reese doubled down. Taking to social media, she reinforced her stance, making it clear that the boycott threat was not just podcast theater. She's serious. Unless the league's pay structure meets her expectations, she's ready to step away. And that boldness turned what could have been a moment of discussion into a lightning rod of controversy.
Just threaten the lockout. If y'all don't give us what we want, we sitting out. This is why sometimes you probably should have somebody look over a podcast. She's threatening to go on strike. I actually understand the way negotiations work in the CBA, not on a podcast.
But Reese's argument started to fall apart when she expressed jealousy over future rookies possibly earning more, specifically players like Juju Watkins, who will enter the league in 2026 or 2027. The ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract, but the ones the year after are probably going to be making more than us, she said. That statement exposed a clear misunderstanding of how professional sports contracts work.
Well, women coming in, not this year, but next year.
Yeah.
The ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract again. Mm-hmm. The ones the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
They are. They are. I've been in the meetings.
Reese, like every other rookie, signed a 4-year deal governed by the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement. That contract is binding until 2027. Even if the league negotiates a new CBA that raises salaries, current contracts won't be retroactively changed. Reese's demands essentially asked the WNBA to rip up legal agreements and give her a raise out of envy for what others might make in the future.
If I'm an NBA owner, I didn't get rich by wasting a couple million on something that has no chance of making money. These two, sit out. See what happens. Now, I would miss watching the Fever. I would miss watching Caitlin Clark, but I wouldn't miss anything.
Now let's talk economics. The WNBA, despite growing viewership, lost an estimated $40 million last season. In other words, it's not exactly in a position to renegotiate contracts mid-deal or reward players based on potential stardom rather than proven impact. Reese's demands, no matter how passionately delivered, collide headfirst with the league's financial reality.
That's 50 million. You know who would clap for you all sitting out? The NBA. So they don't have to subsidize your dumbasses to the tune of 40 to 50 million.
And here's where performance matters. When you demand special treatment, your on-court output has to be exceptional. Reese is currently shooting 39% from the field, with one of the worst conversion rates within 5 feet of the basket. Those are not numbers that typically earn someone an exception to league-wide contractual rules.
Final as a club has not made a three-pointer. Gray's turnaround, no good. Final third in the league in three-point field goals. Reese looks to stick with it, nags it back. Angel Reese, no.
In what seemed like cosmic irony, Reese's next game came against Aaliyah Boston's Vinyl Basketball Club just days after her boycott threat. Her performance? A series of missed layups, clumsy finishes, and head-scratching errors. The internet didn't just notice, it exploded.
Angel Reese last night, once again, had one of the worst shooting games in the history of planet Earth. For what's supposed to be a big? I mean, what in the hell is going on here? I understand her team won. I get it. 5 of 13 from the field. 13 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, only 10.
One particular moment went viral, a wide-open layup attempt that didn't just miss, it hit the bottom of the backboard. That's not a miss you expect from a professional athlete, let alone one demanding superstar money. It's the kind of shot that lives forever on meme pages, not in highlight reels.
This is the same player that just came out and said, if they don't pay them the bag in the WNBA, we sitting out. Quote, we sitting out. What? I mean, after seeing her miss routine layups over and over and over again, I'm like, how the hell can this person possibly be demanding more money from anyone?
Watching the sequence unfold was painful. Layup after layup bounced off the rim, sailed wide, or missed entirely despite being right at the hoop. The defense looked more stunned than challenged, happily scooping up rebound after rebound. It was like watching a scrimmage where only one team showed up.
Sykes lost it up. Reese on the cleanup. Power dribble to separate.
Social media, as expected, had a field day. Clips of Reese's misses were plastered everywhere, with fans sarcastically commenting, "Give her the max, and pay her now." Others dubbed her the Queen of Bricks, and memes comparing her to construction workers went viral. The online reaction was brutal and relentless.
Guys, how many times have I said she shouldn't be practicing no jumpers from nowhere? I mean, she ought to be just layup after layup after layup. Because let's be real, a lot of the heat she takes is because of this. And it's because it's not to be believed.
Even eagle-eyed fans noticed something curious. On multiple possessions, Reese missed 2 or more layups in a row, only to grab the rebounds herself. That sparked wild speculation that she might be padding her rebounding stats with intentional misses. It sounds absurd, but with what played out on court, some viewers genuinely wondered.
Say what you want about Angel Reese. You can't tell me she isn't the star of every show every time she's on the court. I can't even hate on this. She's Larry, Moe, and Curly all at once. The Three Stooges. I mean, wow. Come on. I think the worst part is Lisa Leslie risked her legacy and credibility coaching her with no visible improvement so far anyways. Good God. Laugh out loud. But she gets rebounds. She's threatening leagues over pay.
Think about the timing. It's like asking your boss for a raise, then botching your next big project in front of the entire company. Reese's high-profile misfest right after demanding more money highlighted a growing gap between her self-image and her actual game. In pro sports, the product always speaks louder than the PR.
And isn't she shooting like 35% from the field? Can somebody tell me who in the world watches a 35% shooter from the paint that is basically grabbing her own rebounds from her own missed shot?
And if performance doesn't speak loud enough, TV ratings do. Reese continues to call herself a game changer, but when broadcast numbers plummet from over 300,000 to under 100,000, the argument becomes harder to make. In short, the hype isn't translating to real viewership.
Reese wants credit. The reason why WNBA is up is because of Angel Reese. She's not getting enough credit. She did this too. She taunted Caitlin Clark. She made this.
Reese has carefully crafted her public persona as a leading face of women's basketball. Through podcasts, social media, and public appearances, she's branded herself as must-see TV. But when the lights come on, the audience seems to be shrinking. That contrast raises real questions about star power versus staying power.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all.
Take the unrivaled league, for example, Reese's current platform. It launched with decent fanfare and a lot of promise. But over time, viewership has cratered. What began as a potential game changer has become a ghost town, with Reese's own games drawing fewer than 100,000 viewers. That's not just a drop, it's a nosedive.
But her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off.
To put it in perspective, an unrivaled league game featuring Reese couldn't outdraw a Big Ten college matchup between UCLA and Nebraska. When your professional brand can't beat out a regular season college game, it casts doubt on claims of being the face of the sport.
It is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest, we can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero zip.
This isn't just a TV problem. WNBA attendance tells a similar story. Games featuring Caitlin Clark consistently sell more tickets and fill more seats than those headlined by Reese. Fans aren't just speaking with remotes, they're voting with wallets. And the numbers don't lie.
Actually, if you really want to go into business, you need to pay some money back. You made absolutely nothing. You haven't really enhanced the league. Caitlin Clark has.
We have to be completely honest about this, whether we like it or not. 90% of this revived or renewed interest is really based around one singular.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's approach couldn't be more different. Instead of demanding credit, Clark gives it to her teammates, to the league, and to the growth around her. Where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible, she recently said. Most people wouldn't have believed we'd be here.
I'm not huge on comparing the WNBA and the NBA. I don't really think that's fair. Obviously, I think where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible. I think a lot of people, or most people, would not believe it's in the place that it is right now. So I think when people always ask me this question, where I think it'll be in 5 years, is it's hard for me to answer because people didn't even think we'd be right here, right now. And I think really sky's the limit. I think when you see, our TV numbers when we're on, national television, we're averaging over 1 million viewers or whatever it is. The All-Star game, I think, was over 4 million viewers. It's just really great numbers. So the more opportunities we're given, I think the more it's going to shine and get better and better. I think also the talent level in college is continuing to get a lot better, and as those players come into the league, and it's going to continue to improve. We're adding 2 new teams next year, and then probably another team year after that.
Some more games.
Yeah, more games, which I think will be good. It will lengthen the season a little bit.
The contrast is impossible to miss. One player threatens walkouts. The other expresses gratitude. One demands recognition. The other puts in the work. Clark is reportedly spending her offseason getting physically stronger, quietly preparing to elevate her game, not her paycheck. It's a masterclass in humility and professionalism.
If I was funding this league, I'd say, all right, hold on. You got a golden goose. We all got one in Caitlin Clark. These people that are criticizing Caitlin Clark, these people that are hitting Caitlin Clark, these people that are talking as if they are as important as Caitlin Clark are hurting our opportunity. They're hurting the brand.
So who's really driving the surge in women's basketball? The answer is in the numbers. Attendance, ratings, and media buzz all point in one direction: Caitlin Clark. Reese may dominate the headlines, but it's Clark who's filling arenas and moving the needle. This isn't up for debate, it's backed by hard metrics.
Continue to use my voice to speak for what we want and deserve as a league. Thank you. No, that's not what you did. You said me, I. They're going to get more than us. I deserve more, blah, blah, blah. Oh,
The growth of women's basketball isn't built on threats, it's built on talent and consistency. While one player is demanding raises and issuing ultimatums, another is quietly drawing record-setting crowds. As one analyst bluntly put it, I'd miss watching Caitlin Clark. I wouldn't miss anything else. The future of the sport lies with players who understand that greatness is earned, not shouted. Fans are making their choice clear. Every ticket sold, every viewer tuned in, tells the same story. Reese might be loud, but the numbers are louder.